Screaming.
Yeah, I got him. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hucolo TV's Saturday webinar. Today is January 30th, 2016. Right here. We have Jim with us today, but before we get into that, I'm going to pass over to Valerie and let her introduce everybody. Valerie, please.
Good morning, everyone. Glad you could join us today. We have Jim here to channel. And in Jim's group, would you like to introduce, please, Jim?
Yes. I have Ray, and I have Angie, and I have Mark, and I have Barbara. We have a small group today.
Oh, that's wonderful.
People that are away, though, and Will moved away. But Will is here, too. He's part of my group.
Okay. Joining us today in the chat boxes is Johannes, Michelle, Nabila, Neil, Nivi, Sheer, Will, and myself. Good morning, everyone.
And we just received John, and he's a newbie here. John just came in.
Wonderful. Okay, shall we let you go ahead and get in the mood and see who comes in today?
Okay, very good. I would like to say a little prayer before we start today, because I want all these channel sessions to be guided by the Spirit. That's one thing that's very important to me right now, is that the Spirit guides and the information that needs to come comes out the way it should come out. Keep me out of it. So I just want to say thank you, Mother, Father, God, for all the things that you are doing for us, the way that you guide us, the way that you love us, the way that you heal us, the way that you know exactly who we are at every moment of the day. So I want to just praise and thank you for all the things you're going to do today and all the people that are going to help us. I'm very thankful. And I just pray that everyone gets something out of this session, and that the right people come through to speak their messages. So much love to you all, and I will go away for a second. Well, first of all, let's see if there's anybody in the room that wants to hear from anybody, or who do you want me to channel today? Anybody? I got nothing. Okay. Anybody out there? I heard Rabin.
Yitzhak Rabin.
Rabin. Yes.
Okay.
Yitzhak Rabin.
I think David Bowie's mentioned. Yeshua.
David Bowie. Oh, that'd be very cool. Go ahead.
I only have one request, Jim.
Yeshua. Yes.
If Dorama would like to pay everybody a visit.
Dorama, the female that was healed.
Yes.
If to just enlighten every people, Dorama was a female Pleiadian that was healed of.
She was reptilian.
She was not able to bear children, but with the help of Guru Dan and the people in the room, she was healed and is now with child. That was a while ago, wasn't it? How long ago was that?
About a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So,
yeah. 6 weeks ago, perhaps.
Duchess. Yeah, she's a reptilian duchess.
She's a reptilian duchess.
Yeah.
So, I thought she was Pleiadian. Maybe
no, she's reptilian.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a hybrid in her, but I'm not sure. Anyway, she's very, very grateful. Anybody else?
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick, creator of many movies. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, a Venetian.
A Venetian. Okay.
And as always, Tekkrr.
Lady Venus and Tekkrr. Lady Venus. She'd be interesting. Very good. All right. I'm going away for a short while, and I will be back. Enjoy the session, and whoever comes, much love to you all. Give me one moment here to do my meditation. Oh. I am the one with many names. Today it's Yeshua. Greetings.
Greetings, Yeshua. It's an honor to have you in the room today.
It is an honor to be here because all of you are very special. Is there any questions for me today?
Could you just start with a message for the group, if we may?
Yes. This is a time of great disturbance across your planet. Many energies have changed. Many new things are coming. Many old things are passing away. You will notice changes in your thought processes. You will notice changes in your attitudes and in your emotional status. This is not to be confused with who you are at this moment. It is just the change of many things. Now, be clear on this. It will not last. You will rise and move forward once again. Not to say that some of you are not going toward the positive side with these changes, but it seems more that most are moving down because they have not a grasp fully of the fourth dimension. They have more of a grasp on Mother Nature's hold and the weather and the storms and the disturbances. And so therefore their third dimensional outlook moves with the weather, shall we say. Now, I just want you to know that after this period, during where the storms are great and the energies still are greatly disrupted in Mother Earth, after this period, you will come into a calm and loving state. You will move forward in a way that you have not before, in a very unusually calm and sober way. This is an attribute to the fact that you are dedicated to moving forward. Thank you for that. Your love is necessary for the ascension to continue in a bright and shining way. Of course, there are those that will want to bring it to a stop or have it go backwards, but this cannot happen at this time. The flame is burning too brightly. Of course, they can slow it down, but you will not let that. Remember who you are. You are the front runners, the beginners of the great ascension that must happen. You are those who are the beginnings and will not be forgotten. Are there any questions?
Yes, we have a question here in the room.
Yes.
Michelle?
Blessings, Yeshua. Oh gosh, your love is so big. Yesterday, I would like to thank you for the message through a day. It
You are
seemed
welcome.
that was my reality literally felt like it was breaking down, and Yeshua offered me a message that I was a great warrior and that it is safe to let it go. And I just sat with that while all of everything around me disintegrated. So
It's much like today's message. The things that are disruptive will fall away. The calm will come. The peace will be a part of who you are, no matter what is around you and no matter what is happening. But continue.
yeah, so that was definitely the most bizarre experience to date in this, I guess, ascension. So I wanted to ask you a technical question about your energy. Is it the same as Christ energy?
I have many names. And yes, that is some of my energy is the Christ energy.
But not all of it.
Correct.
So for instance, if I'm working as a healer and I call for help when I ask for Christ energy, I'm not actually asking you personally.
But I may come anyway.
Okay. And also, is holy fire the same energy
Holy
or
fire.
different?
Yes, I am in the holy fire. The holy fire is the Holy Spirit. That is
Okay.
something a little different than the Christ energy. The Holy Spirit is the activation, the movement of all of the good healing energies that are around. He is the catalyst to many changes, and he is part of my energy. However, he's the very active and most dynamic part of who we are. The changer, the one that comes to initiate change and to cause healing and make things happen. I am an energy to bring messages and thought processes, but I also can bring change, but not in the same way. Do you understand?
I got a message yesterday, so does that mean adding you to the mix of who I would call on for helping with healing is unnecessary because you're
Call on us all. We are all connected, and we are all here sometimes, and we are many places other times. But if you call us, we will be here.
Thank you. Also, I'm curious if you, since things are getting very slippery and strange in my body and in my perception of time,
Yes.
is there anything you have to tell me that would be helpful?
Do not worry about your perception of time. As you know, time changes from one place to another. On this world, 24 hours is a day. On another world, 27 hours is a day. On another world, 30 hours is a day. And in some species, an hour is a day. In your time thought process, but not in theirs. Time is not equal in all parts of the galaxy. Time does not exist in the same way that you would want it to exist unless you bring your thought process of time to that area. You understand that?
Well,
first of all, so do not be concerned about how you're feeling about time, because time does not exist in a real way whenever you're moving in the spirit. You see, when you feel the spirit and know that the spirit is with you, you will move at his time space. You will move in a way that is out of time, perhaps, and find yourself going forward or backwards in time. And that is confusing to some humans, but not to be concerned with it, because it is what needs to be happening for the right things to occur in your thought processes. I know that needs clarification. Ask another question.
Okay, so yesterday it felt like I was several levels removed from myself, and it took extreme effort. Like I was trying to push a car or something to type a sentence on my keyboard. So
perhaps it was not time for you to type a sentence on your keyboard. Perhaps it was time to let go and let the energies that be work in you, because there is reasons for this. Healing is who you are. You are part of a healing energy that is very strong. And this was guiding you to be different than what you wanted to be at that moment. To type a sentence is not what was necessary. You might have felt that it was necessary at this time, but what was necessary is that these energies worked in their different layers to make you stronger and bring you into a realm that you know is going to be a healing realm. You have been a great healer and have been working with healing energies, and they are now coming to you in even a greater way than you can possibly imagine. Your intentions for healing will be greater than ever before.
I try to do what I believe you did, is see the perfection of a person, although it's difficult. Is that what you did? Is saw them already?
I only saw the individual in their positive, beautiful, holy light of the soul. And that is what I was attracted to. I did not see any of the negative forms or energies within them, but I just restored the blueprint that is the part of the soul that is the beginning to perfect healing, to perfection as it was.
So, as healers, we can also do that, as it was quoted.
Absolutely.
All this and more.
It depends on your belief system as well. Believe that you can do it. It depends on the person that you are healing's belief system more, because they must believe they are being healed. They must believe that there is the energy there to make them whole. But you see, sometimes the smallest amount of belief can work in the greatest way.
Thank you for all of your help and all of your love.
I love you dearly. Spread it to all.
I will. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, if you choose that word.
Which word do you prefer?
I prefer no words, except to experience that which is someone else's heart.
Thank you.
There is other thoughts out there.
Yes, Yeshua, is anyone in your room have a question?
I do not know.
Can we ask them?
I have a question. This is John Bailey.
Yes.
Do you have any guidance for me on angels, class M being guided to challenge some of you?
Angels are a magnificent creatures. They are created by God to perform specific acts in the universe. Many of them are created specifically for communication, or for bringing news to the earth, or for changing thought processes that might be confused. Yes. Learning about angels will definitely help with whatever it is that you are moving forward to do. That did not answer your question, though.
I'm not sure what the question is. I feel like I'm supposed to ask a question, but I'm not sure what the question is I'm supposed to ask.
I see. What it is about you right now is that there is an angel presence. There is an angel presence that you are aware of.
Yeah.
And that it is become important that you know who it is and what it is doing. And these classes will answer those questions for you. Continue to move forward. Do not be afraid to question. Questioning is how you learn. Questioning is not because you have little faith. Questioning is because you need to learn more and you want to be stronger. Find the question that belongs to a greater answer of who you are.
Nalma Talk said these classes should be shared with a broad audience, not just Rochester friends.
Exactly. Many should know about angels and how they work and why they are there. Some are protectors, such as Raphael. Some are great messengers, like Michael. Some are great healers, also, such as Gabriel, who heals the mind and body and soul, and Metatron, who guides and directs and is a leader of many angels. It is what it is. Find out who it is that is coming to you.
I know it. Just trying to share that with.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you, Yeshua. Nibby would like to ask a question?
Yes, thank you. Hello, brother.
Good afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are.
Thank you very much. I have a question about the relevance of your incarnation as Joshua and as David for your life as Yeshua. Do you have to experience war to know peace?
I had to experience everything to know humanity. I had to experience the good and the bad. Not that I was bad or became bad, but I had to experience to know how to help man. You have to understand that without the experience, how can you help? Without knowing what feeling you are experiencing, how can I help you? How can we know what war is like if we are not involved in it? How can we know what sexuality is about if we do not have it or experience it? How can we know what anger is, or doubt, or jealousy, without experience it and knowing for sure how to bring you out of it? You see, it was not a matter of becoming it, but experiencing it for the sake of mankind, so that you could be helped through many other beings in the universe and through the Spirit of God. You see, he was created unto himself. He always existed. How is he supposed to know what his creation felt unless he came to you and experienced it with you in some way? He loves you that much that he sent someone to experience it. A spirit, a body, an emotion. All these things that are connected to humanity and to every species. He would like to know how it is that you experience your life. How can it be that he brings you joy if he does not know what sorrow is? It is impossible for him to be in the knowledge of all things that are human without being part of it. Does that make sense to you? So
Yes.
therefore, when you read about myself on your planet, having been pure and done no sin, how impossible is it for me to know what you experienced if I had not been part of who you are? It was not that I had to become low, but I had to become human in all ways.
Yes, I understand. Um, my question is about where I live, where you used to live. How much
Yes.
more war must we endure? When can we choose peace in a way that's the most pragmatic way?
Your people have free will, and the peoples around you are the 12 tribes of Israel, which have broken off into different religious sects. The Sikhs, the Jews, the Shiites. There are many of you there. Do you understand that? Many of the heads of the 12 tribes have brought themselves into one understanding and will not change their minds. They are stubborn, and they are without reason except of their pride. When there is this much pride, war will continue because they will not change. They teach their children prejudice. They teach their children war, and they teach their children jihad, which is a shame because jihad should not exist. So therefore, as each has their own free will and is brought up each generation to believe that they are the most correct and that they cannot change for any reason, there will be war.
Do you mean that the Sunnis and the Shiites and the Israelis and Palestinians are all part of the same 12 tribes?
Except with their own twist on what they believe to be the very truth of the matter. If they were to open their eyes and see the truth, they are all worshiping the same God, and these small differences are just that. They make no spiritual difference in many ways. I do not know how to say it any better, except you are all one, but you refuse to be one.
I understand. Well, thank you very much. I pass the mic.
Yes. Was there a voice I heard?
Yeah, sure. Is there someone else with a question there?
They feel like their God is different than someone else's God, and their God is better than your God, and then it's like the number one cause of death in the world is religion.
Correct.
Crazy.
It is that many people believe that the Israeli God is different than the Christian God, is different than the Buddhist God, is different than the Islamic God. All gods are the same. God is one. He does not split off to start new religions. Humanity does that. Humanity believes that they are so correct because they can resonate with an energy, and then after the resonation has passed, they make rules and regulations on how to deal with it because they don't know how to live in it. You have to live in it and not organize it. Each of you has your own perception of God. Each of you has your own inspection of spirituality and your own reflection on it. Does that make it wrong that your vision of your spirituality and who you are in God's eyes is different than the next person's? No. He has given you free will to understand your spirituality in connection with him in a very personal way. Why would it be the same as everybody else's connection? It will always be different. It will always be personal, and it will always be individual in your eyes. Do not judge other people's experience of God. Their perception of God is just as valid as yours, because it is the way he has come to them, created them, and helped them to bring the message of who he is to them. He does not want anyone else to tell you who he is. He wants you to experience who he is so that you may be perfect in his eyes, and he may be the one that you look to fulfill this being that you call yourself. There is no other person that you should look to see who you are. Do you understand this? Many times people do not understand who they are. They look for many meanings in many different places. But if they were to look inside, they know exactly who they are. They know the feelings that they have. They know which of these feelings have come from the outside world. And they know which feelings have come from a greater place. And therefore, that is the beauty of God with each of you, because you are all exactly how he made you. And to change that is to change your perception of God and his perception of you. You do not want that. Do you understand that? Continue. I am sorry if I got a little excited. But these things, I love you so much individually that to want to believe what somebody tells you about yourself makes me a little upset, because you should tell them who you are. They shouldn't tell you who you are.
It's wonderful news. Thank you. Is there another question behind you?
I believe there is.
Well, we've been taught as a society to trust the external experts, which in the case of religion is, priests or religious leaders that tell us what to feel about God.
Yes.
And they're telling us essentially, don't trust yourself, trust what we say about you, trust the institutions.
And that is the problem. You are correct. All your life you have been told to trust the institutions. Why? Because they give you guidance and structure. Does not God give the body structure? Does not God give the emotions structure? Does not God give your thoughts and minds a structure to understand who you are? Of course, these outside religions will try to tell you exactly who you are, and to go to these is not wrong, but you must understand that if they are not speaking to your soul, there are many things that they are saying that you should not connect with. And you will know that in your heart. Many people take on the religions because they have nothing inside that they feel is valid. Find your validity. Find who you are. You do not have to accept blindly the things that other people say, even though it is what is part of the third dimension. Others will be telling you and in trying to influence you, try to make you into or mold you into something. Mold yourself. Have the self-understanding and love. You see, you must have a self-love, because God loves you. What is the soul? The soul is God. God loves you. You love yourself. You love God. This is where the relationship is built. Listen to your heart, because he made that in a very special way so that you know who you are, If you are someone of great creativity and someone tells you you don't have a chance of being a great creator, should you believe that? Should you believe the outside forces? I know, they might say, I'm only trying to protect you. I'm only trying to protect you from the world. How can someone else protect you from who you are? Who you are is protected by God. The world cannot protect you. And you cannot be protected by any one individual or any group of individuals. Not in the spiritual sense. The spiritual sense is who you are, and God protects you. And you can bring that protection of God into your life. But who is going to protect the soul? Only you can protect your soul and God. Others may try to protect your soul, but it's yours. It's like them trying to protect a ray of light. How can they understand who you are in your fullness, in your brightness, in your creativity, in your being of God creation? They can only understand their own light and their own God within. And sometimes they don't even understand that. But let it flow. Let it shine. Let it be who it is. It is not that you're going to stop living. God will continue you in the path that He sees fit. Now, of course, some people seek guidance, but that is fine. If you're seeking guidance that will resonate with your own heart and soul, but do not let it be forced upon you. If you seek it, that is different than them trying to manipulate it within you. Does that make sense to you? Seek out who you are. You can see maybe part of yourself in other beings that are godlike. That's all right. A reflection of yourself is always good. Will let you see your face in another person's eyes. That is always a wonderful thing. Sharing your God in a way that is not intrusive. Love each other. That's sharing God. That's sharing the Spirit. Give to each other. That's sharing God. If they cannot accept what you have to give, accept that that is who they are. Do not look at it as a negative thing. Do you understand what I am saying? I am coming down to the purest part of the human soul. You, as a human soul, connected to God, rise with Him. Seek who you are. Build your God light and shine it out.
Thank you so much. We have another question here in the room. Will, would you like to go next?
Greetings, my friend. Much love, Yahyel.
Much
This is
love.
Will.
Hello, Will.
Thank you so much for your friendship, your guidance.
I am always with you.
You know it. So I have a question regarding teaching and healing.
Yes.
The balance of the ego, intention, and allowing. At times I have trouble
Yes.
finding the exact words that are necessary, but please share. I would love to hear it in your words.
Yes. Teaching is a sharing of your spirit, your thoughts, and what you have learned as an individual, what is out there that you have brought into yourself and have made part of who you are. You are sharing who you are when you are a teacher. You are sharing the beauty of your understanding. Now, this is a personal and beautiful thing that you are sharing, and it's individual to you, and many may relate to it. Many may understand that you are sharing of yourself and the experiences that have made you the beautiful person that you are. Do you understand what I'm saying here? And when that comes out, they can relate to it or not. They may want to relate to it and cannot. Or they may just completely relate to it in some way. And that is a beauty. That is sharing your love, your spirit with another person. Teaching and healing is the same. You have brought the healing energy into your body. You know and believe it's there. It's part of who you are. It's part of the God spirit that is you. And you want to share God in his most beautiful healing aspect with others. Now, if they let that happen, it is absolutely glorious, because it opens the eyes of the soul with God to know that healing is possible in the third dimension, and opens the eyes of how powerful God really is, and it becomes an individual part of who you are. Any healing will change a person. You agree? Healing changes you. Why? Because it is a gift from God. Do not give humans the credit. They may be the tools that carry the gift or help create the gift. But God is the actual healer, is he not? So therefore, the Creator in you has touched the Creator in someone else. Blessings for that. Most loving. And what happens when someone is healed? They learn more about who they are. They are a newer creation in some senses. They have changed from a negative feeling or position or energy into a greater person within, with God's help, with you as a tool to bring that energy to them and have them accept it as a gift from God. It's a beautiful thing. All the energies that help heal are connected to the God Spirit. Because did he not create everything? Of course he did. And therefore, healing is part of who you are and part of who you can share yourself with. You can share that God portion of yourself with someone else and help them to become more of who they are in a greater way and a more whole way. They become more whole with healing, and so therefore they know God more. Let them figure that out with their God.
Thank you so much.
Did that answer your question?
Well, it spoke to the role of the ego in allowing.
Yes.
But I'd like you to expand more on intention. While setting your intention as a healer before a session.
Yes.
For specific items, but not getting too attached to it and not being too specific, because the spirit knows more about how to heal than
exactly. Where does the intention come from? The intention comes from who you really are in God, not who you really are in yourself. Because in yourself, if you were to look in yourself when you were born, you did not see a healing portion of you. But when you learn who God is and who the Spirit is, and there are those that do not know God that are healers, but that's still the God within them. Do you understand that? The intention is God-given. Who you are is who you intend to be, and God intends you to be. And when you are giving an intention of healing, you're giving the intention of God being shared. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, but it's when you're sitting down for a healing session, it setting your intention isn't. I mean, you hear the needs of the
Yes,
client,
right.
and
you connect to them.
And you connect to them, and you feel it, and then to me, it's like praying.
It is. And what are you doing when you're praying? You're connecting to God.
Absolutely.
And so forget about all the thought process around intentions and look at it for what it really is. It is a connection. You are intentionally connecting God to this, whatever you're intending. You're intentioning to heal. So God is that part of that connection. You're intentioning to emotionally uplift. God is part of that intention. But it is also part of the God in you, because is not the God in you the God you call on for healing? Of course. And is not the energy of healing who you are in reality, who you have discovered that you are in God and in third dimension? They are all connected. And I understand why you might have a problem with sitting down in a third dimensional view of it. But remember, it goes beyond the third dimension always. Healing is beyond the third dimension in the spiritual sense. Now, if you go to the doctor to be healed, that's a third dimensional thought process. But when you're intending to use Reiki or holy fire, is that not a spiritual attachment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your insight.
I love you so much.
Oh, I love you
And do
so
not
much.
overthink it. Just let it happen. Because that is the problem with all dimensions of species. They tend to overthink. They want to break it down into the smallest particles so that they can understand it. Feel it. Understand it in the sense that it is who you are. Make it an understanding that if it is part of you, that's the most part of the understanding that is necessary. That is the most important part of the understanding, because the intellect does not enter into the spiritual connection.
That's correct. Thank you so much. I have new ways of explaining it. I appreciate it.
Much love.
Much love.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we have a question from a chat. It's a person who could not make it into the room.
Very well.
Jasmina.
I know her, yes.
Oh, great. She says, is there any messages for me?
Yes. Let your soul and heart expand. I know that you have done that many times, But it is important for this time right now, as the earth energies are moving, to look at your heart in a most beautiful and wonderful way. Your heart is not coming out as far as you would like it to. You're not expressing yourself in the way that is the most beautiful. And you are dynamic and beautiful. And I just see that you should just let the heart come out. Just let the beauty of your soul shine forth. Do not be afraid. I know in most human situations, people are afraid to be themselves in social situations. They're afraid to let their soul shine through, their spirit shine through, who they really, really are. Because when they get out into society, it is all a game. It is all an energy and a manipulation, and it's all trying to get done what they need to be done. But you know what? It can only be done perfectly if you are who you are when you're doing it. And if that does not connect with others, then it should not. But let me tell you this. The way that you are in your truth about yourself will always affect everyone around you. If you are not being yourself, if you are not being genuine, and if you are not loving yourself, it will show through. And when you do show that you love yourself and that God is part of who you are, you don't have to say, God is part of who I am. You do not have to announce it, because it will show. And they will like you and respect you more, even though they may treat you worse, because they can't manipulate you the way they want to. But that respect is going to be greater. Does that make sense to you? And your creativity and your work ethic and who you are as an individual will be there in a very different way.
Thank you, Yeshua. Now, is there anyone else in the room there with you that may have a question? Can we ask?
I think my time has come to leave.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, and it was just a pleasure having you here with us today.
I enjoyed speaking to you and loving you with who I am. Because
Much
who
love.
I am is love.
Much love to you.
Bless you all. There is another who wants to come through. Yeah. It is my first time here. I am Lady Venus. Ah, it's hard for me to adapt sometimes to these situations, but I've learned a few things since I've been through the last few times. I just wanted to greet you all and let you know that the Venusian people are very happy to know you. We are protecting you from some solar flares at some times. We do love you very much, and we know that you know of our existence. It is an unusual one, but we do love you. Carry on. If there is any questions for me, I'm Lady Venus. That is a nickname that I brought on to myself from others, but I represent the Venusian population.
That's wonderful. Welcome today.
Thank you. Oh.
I have a question from someone unable to come personally in the room.
Yes.
Her name is Christine. And she would like to know if you can help her with how to meditate.
I can. Make sure. I just heard the words of you pronounce it Joshua?
Correct.
Yes, Yeshua.
I heard his words, and when he was coming through with his great wisdom, he was speaking about meditation as well. You must find who you are in the meditation side. Now, just breathe deep the air that is around you and know that it is comforting you and calming you so that you may come into a relaxed state. There is no meditation without relaxation. You understand that? Even you can be walking around and meditating all day long if you're in a relaxed state, unexcited and relaxed, calm. Also, you must be aware at the beginning of your meditation to do intentions for this meditation so that it might be more valuable. Value is important. Intention is important. So therefore, bring value and intention to your meditation. And relax yourself. If you must put some soft kinds of music or stimulation onto your body that relaxes you, make sure that you do that right away. And then when you go into your meditation, breathing and relaxing, just know that whoever you are, the truth of your being, as Joshua said, let that come forth in your meditations. Even if you're intentioning to find out other information, being grounded and knowing who you are is always beneficial. Do you understand? Did that help you, my dear?
Yes, thank you. I have another question from Hucolo.
Yes.
She'd like to know if you also have a spirit guide in the spirit realm.
Of course, my dear. We all have our guides. We all have our self and the people that are trying to help us. And so therefore we accept that they are there. Some of you may not even understand what a spirit guide does or why they're there, but realize this. They're only there to guide you through the world and life that you have chosen for this life so that you may learn as much as possible. Without them, you could get way off track and therefore not learn the right things for that lifetime. I'm sure you would learn something, but it might not be what you were expecting to learn, and the soul that is within you would be a little confused because you made a contract. And the soul is who you are. It's a complicated It's actually very simple, but it sounds complicated. But it's not.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Are there any questions in the room there with you? Can we ask?
Yes, there is.
Very well.
My name's Raymond,
Hello.
and I've been wondering what this one thing is that certain groups online are prophesying that it could be a UFO.
It's a picture. Where is this picture taken?
Up on the sun of an object going behind the limb of the sun.
Oh, I
and
see
I
it.
thought
Yes.
of all of you who are closest to.
Yes, there are many objects like this around the sun. Let me explain what they are. They are actual portholes. That can be a porthole. It also is not natural. It's made by different species, but the sun is a great vortex, as you know. So around the sun, they draw the energy to themselves so that they may be cast off to another section of the galaxy.
Oh.
It is a dimensional porthole, and you may think that that is very close to the sun and would cause them to burn, but they are not in this realm. They are in a different dimension, so the sun does not affect them in any way.
All right. Thanks for the clarification.
And yes, that is from alien beings. I know not their species, but I know they exist. It might be the LEI, but I'm not sure at this
All right.
time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Okay, I have another question from someone unable to make it in the room. This is from Luca. He would like to know if you have contact with the Arcturians.
Of course.
But do you know if there's any messages for him from the Arcturians?
From the Arcturians? I would have to ask the Arcturians for the message for him. But maybe an Arcturian will come and give him the message. I am not in connection with him right this moment, so I could not really answer that. But I have something for you. I see that you are rising quickly. And the Arcturians will help you with this as well, for they are very spiritual and high people. Find who you are within the Arcturian species. Perhaps you already know. But the Arcturians are very important to your future. That's all I know for now.
Thank you so much. Bree, would you like to ask a question?
Bree.
Yes. Yes, please. Hello. Okay, so much love first to start. I was really wondering if there are any messages for me, and also if I can get any guidance or help connecting to the right people for the Global Pyramid Conference that I'm hoping to plan.
Just bring the intention of the Spirit for your guidance, first of all. You are who you are as an individual, as Joshua said. I was very impressed by him. He had a lot of good things to say. However, be yourself, my dear. Do not let others influence you in what you think about this particular thing. And move forward, thanking God in advance for all the things that are to come. Be yourself.
That sounds good.
Do not worry. Things will come together. Nah.
I figured. All right. Well, thank you so much. Much love. Take care.
I can only tell you what I can see, and that is that things will come together. And it will be beautiful for you because your intention for it is good.
Excellent. Good to hear.
I'm going to go for now.
Thank you so much for coming today.
It's very difficult being in this realm, so I have to go.
Thank you so much. Much
But
love.
I wanted to greet you and say hello and tell you that I loved you. The Venusian people are with you and are happy for your ascension.
Oh, we love you too.
Say hello to Snot.
Yeah. So that. Hello. Mm. Hello. I'm Tekkrr.
Hello, Tekkrr.
How are you all? Is there
Hello,
any
Tekkrr.
questions at this time? We do
Yes.
not have any particular message for you at this time, except that we are keeping as many out of harm's way during these drastic storms as possible. The other thing that we might report is that the west coast, all the way from Alaska to Chile, is being highly observed for seismic activity. We are helping it as much as possible. We do not want to affect the future in any way. But you see, if the earthquake comes, it will negatively affect the future for you. And if we can hold it off or make it much less, it will not affect the future as badly. You understand these things. We do not know what the future is, but we know the feeling of it. And so therefore we are trying to help you through this.
Oh, thank you so
Is there
much
any
for coming.
questions?
Yes, we have a question from Maria, who is unable to make it in today.
Very
She
well.
asks, what is the role of the heart? Hold on just a second here. What is the role of the heart expansion in ascension?
What is the role of the heart?
Yes.
It is to be true to the person. It is to be true to the love of God. It is to be true to the things of your nature, of third dimension. I do not know how to explain it any better than to connect your brain and your heart together and let it rule your life and know exactly who you are and push yourself forward. That is your role. The ascension is essential, but if you do that, you will definitely be part of it.
Thank you so much. Now, does someone in the room there with you want to ask a question? Can we ask them?
Is there someone here? Yes, come to me.
Barbara here. Do you have any information or anything that you can tell me right now during this time for myself?
About your life?
Yeah.
You will be going through changes soon with the loss of an animal.
A cat.
Yes. But this will help you to understand that the spirit of this animal was actually helping you to survive as well. They've taken on some of your illness just so you can feel better. Did you know that? They love you so much. They are taking part of your emotional feelings, because you are not always happy. And you sometimes are around them and they feel your sorrow. So they take that on for themselves. And because they want you and need you to live longer. Because there are things that you must experience in this lifetime that you have not yet experienced. And that is, one of those things is a true joy experience. And that will come.
Now she in a lot of.
No. She has just taken on some of the emotional life that you live. And taken on some of the things that are excessive for you. There are times when things are just too much. She has taken the overflow of that. She loves you. And when she leaves, she will take those negative things, but not in a way that is negative. She will expand herself. Do you understand that? Yes. Much love to you. You have many visitors around your house.
Can I ask you for the name of the one visitor in the woods? I keep forgetting his.
𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙. He is the reptilian in your woods. Write that down so you will remember it. Is there other questions?
Yes, there is. We have one from Sabrina. And right now, Sabrina is in Colombia, I'm sure you know.
I am aware.
And she has a very important question. She
Very
says,
good.
there are people dying in the north coast of Colombia.
For what reason are they dying?
Due to a lack of rain. They are starving.
Ah.
Can they
Yes,
make
I
it
am aware
rain?
of that.
Can they make it rain after the 13th of February
One
in the
moment.
whole north coast of Colombia or before in 2 towns?
There will be rain come before then.
Oh, thank you so much. They are in so much need.
There will be rain before the 13th of February.
Oh, wonderful.
We will send it. The people, the ships that are around the South American continent will be notified. I am sure they are aware of the situation, but there is sometimes very difficult procedures to make it rain in an area where the clouds dry up so quickly. Continue.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, we have another question from someone who couldn't make it into the room. This is Liliana.
Greetings.
Okay, and your question is, what is up with me in the colonies? Can you tell her?
I'm not sure. The question is stated a little bit strangely, but I believe that she does go to the Liliana, you do go to the colonies. You have not remembered much, I know. But we are working on that with your governments. We will never stop working with your governments to make your experience of the colonies greater as time goes on. Even though we have not been successful at this time, we vow to be successful soon. And you are going to Colony 1. And you are learning about the telepathic abilities that you already have, yes. Oh, I know that we have announced this just to make everyone aware. There is a 6th colony being created, and that is for healing. All kinds of energy healing capacities. To be taught and to have people use their abilities and strengthen their abilities. And also this will give us an idea what things work for the Galactic Reiki for a 3rd dimension. The Arcturians are trying to decide if Galactic Reiki will be effective on the third dimension. And this will help us to understand a little more about third to fourth dimensional galactic practices with energies.
Oh,
Any other
thank you
questions?
so much. Yes, we do. This one is from Juggertron. He
Yes.
says, hello, Tekkrr. Have I received any Lyran or other DNA infusions since requested 1 month ago? And do you recommend any? Thank you.
The Lyran, you will, since we did not speak about it, but we are aware that you asked for it, 3% Lyran has been given to you. Now, that is in addition to the 2% Lyran that you already have in your system. So you will now have 5% Lyran in your hybridization. It should increase your muscle tone and make you a little clearer in your thought processes. It will raise your IQ perhaps 1 to 2 points at this point, and there will be other benefits with communication and things of that nature. Your confidence should increase as well. Not that that needs to increase, but it should increase anyway. There are things about you that Lyran is interesting that you would ask that also, because it does actually stimulate hair follicles. We have done some research. It does work with some and not with others. We're hoping that it will work with you. 𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐵.
Thank
Continue.
you so much. Yes.
You're welcome.
Sheer, would you like to go next?
Yes, how are you, Tekkrr?
I am wonderful. Thank you, Sheer.
I want to ask if there's a date for the meeting with the government.
22nd of February.
I see. Did you pass my message to the Elohim? Will they come?
Yes, they are coming. That is only a tentative date. It could change to the 24th. But those are the two times that they have mentioned to us, the 22nd, and if that doesn't work, then they will move it to the 24th. There are other things happening on your planet, and they do want to speak to us, but there are priorities, of course.
I see. And will the Elohim will speak with the Israeli government about me?
They will speak what they need to speak.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to ask you about a dream that I had between the 25th and the 26th. I was chasing some shady character on a mountain. It seems like a Bible-like mountain. And when I reached the top, I saw a lion, and I kind of freed him. And he seemed very pleased with that. And just want to know if there was any meaning to it, because I had a lot of dreams lately, every day. And it's not something I used to.
This dream is about chasing down evil and trying to get rid of it, and the lion represented God. But in your life, your goal in life is to help with the governments, help with the alien contacts, help with all the different things that are good, that you feel that are positive on the earth. And that is why you were chasing the darkness up the mountain so that God could eliminate it.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Any messages for me?
Not at this time. Except that your messages are being passed along and your words are being heard. They are not falling on deaf ears, but the time for action is not yet. But you will have your opportunities.
Thank you.
Okay, Neil, would you like to go next?
Thank you. Hello, Tekkrr. This is Neil.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Excellent. Okay, I want to ask you about Elohim infusion that I requested a while ago.
Yes.
Yeah, what's happening with that so far?
They have approved 7% Elohim infusion. That is their percentage. Always everyone gets 7% unless they ask for more. I think Nivi and Sheer have 10%. But also, they have approved you for 7%. It has not started yet because we have not gotten back to you in a formal way to let you know how it's going to proceed.
Okay, so do you want to do that just now, or should that be done at a different time?
𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴 kakararayana wahoshum. They will begin it on Thursday of next week.
Okay, excellent. Okay, and one other infusion that I'm interested in is a lupine infusion. Could you tell me what the pros and cons are of like a lupine infusion?
Well, that is part of the canine also. The lupine and canine are very similar. It will give you a heightened sense of smell. It will give you greater eyesight and clarity. There are other things as well. But at this time, let them do the Elohim first.
Okay, that's understood. Okay, that's everything for today. So, okay, thank you very much, Tekkrr. I love you so much. Thank you.
I love you very much. I love you all.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Is there anyone else in the room with you that might have a question? Can we ask?
Yes.
Hi, Barbara again. Am I still visiting the colonies, and how am I?
You visit the colonies, but not often. You are not often feeling well enough to go. But when you are feeling well enough to go, you do go to Colony 1 for the telepathy. Your experience with the Holy Fire Reiki Asui has changed a lot of what is happening in your system, and it is actually better than it was before. But more in a mental state than in a physical state. And you are more enlightened now. And you feel a closeness to certain people because of this. And it is a beautiful thing.
Now, what is my vibration? I know it's not important.
4.25. No, not a lot. But it has gone down some because of the physical ailments.
Okay.
But it will come back up soon. 𝗂𝐴𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴. I'm sorry, I had to communicate for a moment. Continue.
Oh, that was great. I have a question from Slava.
Slava.
Not in the room, yes.
Yes.
He says, hello, Tekkrr. I would like to ask for my mother. Recently, she was in more than one dream with spaceships. I would like to ask, how is she doing in the colonies? Would you suggest any DNA infusions for her? Perhaps you could speak with, perhaps you could speak with her personally in the colonies about DNA infusions, especially which will help her with her health and development, her potential.
Lyran would help her much with her physical being. And usually with Lyran, the immune system gets better as well. So yes, I will speak to her about that when she comes to the ships. She has been to 3 of the ships already. I do not know if she remembers speaking to me, but she did speak to me on one occasion. And she spoke to 𝗪𝗔, and she also spoke to other people in another ship around the Russian area. She spoke Russian with one of the aliens that was there. And
that's
she's been doing very well in the colonies. Her child is being born soon, but it's not yet born. She has a Lyran child on the way.
oh, that's wonderful. Okay, we have another question from Carolina.
Greetings, Caroline.
Hello, Tekkrr.
How is your mother doing?
She's much better, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
Good. Tekkrr, I have a question. I've been told that 𝗂𝐻𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐳 is contacting me. Would you be able to tell me who it is and what does he want, please?
There is a, did you say a gray, a zeta gray?
Yes.
One moment, please, and we will find out for you. 𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿. 𝗂𝐻𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿. He's been around you more than once. He's been around you for many years, actually. Off and on. Not continuously. His name is 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏 Huck.
Hucolo.
That is the nearest pronunciation I can give you.
Is he a good entity?
He is not trying to harm you in any way.
Okay.
He does monitor your thought processes. He finds you a little eccentric, but that is all right. You are a wonderful person, but he likes your quirkiness.
Okay. Okay.
And 𝗪𝗡𝗧𝗏 is also a sociological teacher on his world. He teaches social graces, I guess would be the best word. And so therefore, he is teaching them about humanity. You are not the only person that he visits. And that is why he visits humans every now and then to observe for 2 hours or 3 hours at a time so that he can teach properly the response to some actions.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, he's welcome then. I've been seeing some images that he sent me, I think.
Yes, and this is to get your reaction on your mental reaction on these images. They do listen to your thought processes whenever they bring these things into your head.
Oh, thank you so much. I have another question.
Yes.
If it's okay. I've been thinking about requesting another infusion. So can you tell me if that's advisable for me? An infusion that would help me clear my throat chakra.
Your throat chakra?
Yes.
Yes, there are several that work with communication and throat chakras. Fendorian is one because it ignites the kundalini, and that is the throat chakra is part of that.
Okay. Because
that would be the one I would request, because it does brighten all the chakras as well.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I have Fendorian already. Maybe could that be increased a little bit then?
What percentage do you have at this time?
I think it's 6%.
One moment. 𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴𝐻. It will be taken under advisement. We will let you know.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. They believe that another 4%, raising you to 10%, might be a good idea, and it would help with the throat chakra, but they have to check you out first.
Oh, brilliant. Well, yes, I'd like to. Thank you so much. Before I go, I have a question from my brother, if that's okay.
That is fine.
He requested to visit the spaceship. Has he been to the colonies?
Not yet.
Okay.
We have to. we will get in touch with him in a dream state, and then he will come to the spaceship. But that will
Okay.
not be for probably a couple weeks yet.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Take care. I love you.
I love you as well.
Okay, we have Sarah next.
Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, Tekkrr.
There are...
I have a...
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
I had to speak to you personally and privately at some time. There are things that have come up that we need to speak to you about. But continue.
Okay. Yes, please. Well, that's one. And the other is I wanted to know how the children are doing on the colonies. And I believe I spoke to mine, the hyper children, with
Yes.
Rock the other night. I just want to make sure they were able to connect to me.
They were able to connect to you brilliantly. And you are so loving and good with them. And you tone for them occasionally. It is a beautiful thing. It gives them an awareness of who you are.
I'm happy to know. Very good. Thank you so much for that.
You're
And
welcome.
also, I was wondering, what am I doing on the colonies, if anything?
You are actually doing several things. You are helping us with some ideas about the Reiki colony, or the healing colony, I should call it. Some humans call it the Reiki colony, but it is more healing modalities than just Reiki. But you have been to the channeling area because that is the next step in your evolution.
Yes.
And so that's where
Thank
you've
you.
been twice, the last 2 times.
The last 2 times. Do you know when that was?
The 6th and the 12th.
On the 12th. Okay. And I wanted to ask, well, it just seems like here on Earth, we've been kind of stuck, like a lot of us energetically.
Yes, the energies of the Earth
And it
are
really
still...
hasn't moved so much.
Yes, the energies of the Earth are really still moving quite strongly at some places. We are noticing that they were supposed to calm down by the middle of December, but they have not. Due to the wobble and the axis being off, there is still much disturbance all over the Earth on the energies. Mother Earth is in control, however, she is letting them do what they need to do. We'll put it that way.
Yes. Does this have something with the kind of like the Stargate that we just went through recently? Like
yes, the Stargates are all... There were many Stargates that were damaged throughout time on your planet, and now they are starting to be fixed and be useful again, but their usefulness will not come into fullness until the first contact comes.
Okay, very
also,
well.
the skulls that control the Stargates have not been aligned yet.
Would I be needed for that situation?
You will be needed eventually for that situation, but at this time, there is nothing happening.
Okay, very well. Thank you very much. Much love.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have Nabila. How are you doing? Are you doing okay?
I'm doing very well.
Wonderful. Nabila, you can go ahead then.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Tekkrr.
Hello, Nabila.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. My first question is on a being named Unasaka, and I was wondering if you could give me a bit more information on him.
What is it you want to know? You know some things about him already.
Yes, just anything that I missed out that he hasn't told me.
Let me see. I'm trying to see what he has already told you.
Okay.
Did you know that he is an ascended master from his planet?
No, I didn't know that.
He is a very wise person. He has been ascended, and now he is back into another form. But his wisdom is great. You already know these things.
Right.
He is also a protector of you. Did you know that?
No.
He is also may be one of your spirit guides in the future. Did you know that?
Nope.
Okay, there's some things I was able to tell you.
Thank you. And my second question is, if 𝗂𝐴𝐴 could do a body scan for me?
Yes. And what is it that you would want him to look at?
My, chemical levels?
Have you chemical imbalances?
Yes.
We will take care of that. An infusion will be given if they find, is it hormonal?
Yeah.
That is what he just said. He already knew that. So, very well. They will do a scan later in the evening when you are sleeping, because they can't do it while you're moving.
Okay then. Thank you. Much love.
Very well.
Okay, Wendy, would you like to go?
Yes, thank you. Hi, Tekkrr. I send you my love and my gratitude. I also wanted to check to see how the children and the hybrid children and the parents have been doing. I feel like I've been visiting.
Yes, you have. Many of you have been visiting the children and your children's parents, and also some of you have just been coming to the nursery to help with taking care of the children. There are so many hybrid children at this time. There are several nurseries at this time, more than you can possibly imagine. There is at least 7 nurseries that we are taking care of, and there is several other nurseries that are being taken care of by 𝗂𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐸 and 𝗂𝐻. And so it is a very fertile time.
Yes, I feel an influx of births.
Yes, there is a lot, and they are beautiful, and they are proving that they are their immune systems are quite stable and greater than any that we have seen in the galaxy.
Yes, I feel that as well. I'm glad to hear about the healing colony.
Yes.
As I feel like I've been spending some time there. That seems to be an interest with me as well.
Yes, you're helping us design and decide how it should be run.
Oh, okay, thank you. Can you tell me a little bit? I'm sorry, go ahead.
More than one modality will be taught and used on the healing colony. 𝗂𝐻𝐸, many other things. Reiki. I'm at a loss for so many different kinds. They will be using acupressure and acupuncture and many other things.
I do feel that we've been learning about all of that together, all of those modalities, and using those in conjunction with each other as well as individually.
Yes.
Can you tell me at this time any more about my DNA infusions? I'm feeling a great deal of energy.
That will happen, yes. Which one are you having at this time?
Well, I'm not sure. I was wondering if you could tell me about that. We weren't able to discuss it the last time. I do feel a lot of new energies, and I was wondering if maybe you could tell me a little bit about that. Is it related to my DNA?
It is an infusion of some sort, but I do not have that information right in front of me. But which ones did you ask for? And I'll ask 𝗂𝐴𝐴. Just a moment.
Okay.
Tension. Did you have Lyrans yet?
I believe I had requested that, yes.
And I believe that's what's making you energetic.
Okay.
𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐠. Yes. Do you feel like your muscles are stronger?
Yes, I do.
It is the Lyran that increases the body tone. The muscle system, it activates
Yes,
hair follicles, yes, but
I feel more agility.
yes, and your hair is growing faster.
Yes, actually, thank you for thank you for validating that. I woke up the other morning and I thought my hair was like 2 inches longer.
Yes, your hair is growing faster at this time. But yes, there's many things happening with the Lyran, and it will continue to work through your system. It will all be very positive for you.
Can you tell me anything about the Elohim, my connection with them or my DNA?
The Elohim is a spiritual community.
Yes.
A collective, if you will. And they are from God, but not on the same level as God. They decided to move out of his realm so they could help other realms more easily.
Yes, I feel
But they
very connected.
are of God, yes. And they are connected to you in the sense that you are a spiritual being in past lives, in the sense that you are not from the oversoul necessarily. I would have to check on that.
I see, and I understand. I believe that was explained to me a little bit by you before.
Very well.
And can you tell me recently with what we call the wolf full moon and the current alignment of the planetary alignment, which is a little bit rare for us right now, I feel this influx of like portals opening and closing as if I'm a part of this idea of these gates being opened and closed. And can you tell me, I felt this influx of energy last week.
There are some species that uses the portals for communication. And when it is like somewhat like your telegraph system. They will open and close portals and send messages to the other side of the galaxy when they cannot communicate due to solar storms and things of this nature. So therefore, yes, many vortexes and powerful energy fluxes have been felt by your planet, along with the Earth energies.
I see.
So yes, you are probably receiving some of the messages from very far out in the galaxy.
Okay, thank you. I woke up feeling, I received a great number of new star written languages, and I felt as if I was being contacted, as if a gate had opened, and I was just curious about that.
That would explain the communication portion, yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you for validating that. Thank you. Is there anything else for me?
Not at this moment.
Okay, Tekkrr, thank you. I'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you so much. Johannes has a quick question, if you can.
Hello, Tekkrr.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. My question is about my hybrid child, 𝗪𝗓𝗓, how he's doing, and if I have any more.
He's growing very quickly. His eyes have changed to blue, a shade of blue. I remember that when he was born, his eyes were very dark, but now they're lighter. And so that is one development in his time since we've spoken. Also, he has grown some hair on the shoulders and the back, which is unusual for that to happen. But still, he is a beautiful child, very intelligent, scientific. His interest is in science. He brings much curiosity to that area, asks many questions, and has actually been helpful with some small discoveries.
Okay,
on his own, of course.
What's his?
Now, they've already been discovered in other places, but these are his own personal discoveries, and which makes them very important.
Okay, cool. What is his DNA? Like, what's his mix?
Oh, you aren't aware?
No, I'm not sure. If
Well,
it's
human, of course, part of it. He is human and Yahyel.
Yahyel. Okay, that's cool. My second question is, from what star system do I come from? I have a feeling I'm still attached to the Charles vein for some reason, and I find it on my arm also. Charles vein, if that tells you anything.
Yes. Or yes, I understand what you're talking about. Continue.
My question was if I'm sort of having the right feeling that I'm somewhere from that kind of star system, because I have it printed on my right arm, that specific veins.
Yes, you are also from an Andromeda system as well.
Okay.
There's many Andromeda systems. If you check, there's Andromeda 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc., and small Andromedas and big Andromedas and many galaxies called Andromeda. But you are from Andromeda 4, that galaxy as well.
That's cool. Two quick last questions. I had a dream, I think it was like last week, and it was this huge wave, water, like huge. I went through it, everything went fine, and I ended up on the back side of it, but it was so huge, and this dream was very, that dream talked to me a lot, and so I just want...
It's telling you this, that there are things in your life that are coming that'll be disturbing and seem like they would be very destructive. However, if you maintain a calm head and a positive attitude, you'll make it through and there will be no problems. It will just seem like, as it's coming, it's going to wipe you out or destroy something, but it will not.
Yeah, that's what that's exactly what I thought. One quick last question. Do I have any past lives in a secret societies here on Earth? Because I have memories of it.
A past life in a secret society, yes.
Would it be the Illuminati?
If I told you, I would have to eliminate you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's cool. That's all. Thank you, much love, and love you all. Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you so much. Christine would like to ask a question, if she could, please.
Yes.
Greetings and blessings, Tekkrr. Can you hear?
Lovely.
Yes. Can I have another infusion to my hands? I had a fall, and I think I pulled something in my arms because of my arthritic wrists or hands or something. So.
Very well. Within 24 hours, while you sleep tonight, we will try to get an infusion in. If not, it will be 2 nights from now.
Okay, I appreciate that. Much love.
No, not a problem. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Tekkrr.
Is it time
Okay.
for me to go, or are there more questions?
We have a couple more if you have time.
I do have time. I was checking to see if you had time.
Yes. Harris would like to know about his hybrid children, if that's possible.
Harris, beautiful. One moment. I'll have to check with Tepet. The information is not in front of me for these children that are being checked on. But his children are doing fine according to Tepet. 𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐠. The one is interested in astrology, interesting, and travel into the universe. very interested in traveling in the universe. So that is an interesting and wonderful thing. And also the other one is interested in engineering and building, creating architecture and engineering. That is all for now.
Okay. We have a message from Karen,
Yes.
and she would
Karen
just like to
Newman.
say, yes, Karen Newman. She
Yes.
says, I love you, and I appreciate your dedication to teaching us. I would also ask if you would lead us in sending a healing to Jim to help with his eyesight. I know I speak for everyone when I say we all love Jim and you, and we would appreciate you sending healing, blessings, and much love.
Thank you, Karen. There is not much that we can do for his eyesight without bringing him here, but we can pray, and that is always very helpful. And so we will do, and we have done many things to help him with his eyesight. It is just that it is a matter of destiny with what is going to happen with that. But I thank you and understand that where you are coming from in the sense of your love and desire to help. We would love to help him as much as anyone, and the only way that we could heal his eyesight is to bring him here, and that is not permitted. However, we are praying for him and have many people praying for him as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, we appreciate that. We appreciate you coming here today and spending the time with us and helping everyone to answer their questions.
Thank you so much.
Most appreciated, with very much love to you.
We will love you very much and wish only the best for the human people.
Thank you so much. Can we bring back Jim now?
Wonderful. I will do that. Namaste. Much love.
Much love, Tekkrr. Thank you.
Namaste.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back, Jim. Take a
Hi.
big drink. I know you need one.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, I definitely need a drink, for sure.
Yes.
You brought in many different games
Amazing.
for us. It was absolutely amazing. Answered many, many questions.
Lady Venus came for the first time.
Extremely happy.
Oh, Lady Venus came?
Yes.
The very first time. It was so wonderful.
John would have enjoyed that, because John is the only one, John and Helga are the only two that have met her before.
Oh.
Oh, wonderful.
So that was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there someone who would like to step up today and do a closing prayer for us?
You know I do.
Okay, Wendy.
I'll ask for the silence in the room. Everybody be quiet while we do a closing prayer. Thank you. All right. Who is going to do
Wendy
that?
would like to step up and do that for us today.
Oh, Wendy,
Thank you so much, Wendy.
And Sarah.
Thank you.
Oh, and Sarah as well. So we have a couple coming.
Oh,
Very good. Would you like to go first, Sarah?
I also got one.
You can go, Wendy.
Oh, okay. I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone for being here today and joining us today in our journey of joy. And thank you, Jim, for bringing these beautiful, beautiful entities to us today. We are blessed to speak with Yeshua and Our Lady Venus and, of course, our beloved Tekkrr. So thank you once again for all being here today and enjoying this beautiful energy and this community and this great love we share.
Love it.
Mitila katoyo koramasi, toilawasa, nitila katayamala,
Ilisitia kala kurapali katianora. Imika toilura kasana. Ili itu. Ora katania tola kapaya. Lisika. Tolorosa sianana alura kapoko. Koyala ita. Ili imala alura kasaya. Ointiasa kai kora. Nisila kotolua kapayara. Ni mala kotolua pora katina. Sitiaka. Tilia sonora kapaliana. Ili kitolua kapor koyasani. Sila katolua kapoko koyanali. Isia talakayamala atuluka. Tosunua aliaba. Otolua kapokoya salia katianana. Ili satalia katoluka po onkodia kashatolua kapura. Nilia kalokoa. Amoa tiasa ila ana tu ko otala alaimi liako korakasana itiasa mi sotoloraka. We are one love. Asono no akotu. Namaste.
One love.
Did you want me to interpret?
Yes, please.
We come to you in your oneness, not only in yourself, but in your community. We give you the love that you yourself have for yourself and the ones around you. We also invite you to share the love of us as well. We reach out to you, we extend ourselves to you, and give you the gifts that we know that you need for your purity, for your existence, for your continuation. We love you in every way and every source that we can find. Our vortex opens up to yours and feeds you energy as you feed energy to the universe in your loving way, in your way of its ascension, in your way of giving and giving thanks. So we are here to be a support to you, to be a strength, a strong arm, a strong healing presence for you, and to give love and affirmity and edification. We are not sure we speak very clearly, but we know that you are having a wonderful time on your planet in some ways, and others are learning to find joy within themselves. So therefore, we bring you the greatest of all gifts, and that is understanding of yourself. We plant the seed of love for yourself.
Wow, beautiful, Jim. Thank you. Do you get any idea of maybe who might have been coming through there?
That was like a group of people.
That's what I thought. I believe it's the emissaries of the Light Collective. I just wanted to be sure.
That was a group of people, yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Sarah?
Turun tunai kia sikia hoho hatia tiana hatukulu nuku sikia tukutu shinkia ha tanaya suko ashaya taya tukutu shinkia da tina hasu karino koto lene kutu inikia siki inukutu shi hasata tanako Tali yata la doko toni kiasa tata nikia sikia nuku hasakoto eyata hayatu chiti nikiata.
We can travel to you on threads of light, into your world, into your existence. And we see there are many troubles and many times when there are things that are not correct. And we have come to bring some information to you. One day, you will experience thousands of years of peace, and it will be of a loving and giving nature that you will be born to this time. So do not be sad at this time. Do not be aware of the darkness as much as the light is working in a great and powerful way to be a successor on your world. It will be a glorious time, but it is only because you have been keeping the faith and the fire burning.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's keep the holy fire burning.
Excellent.
We should let Jim go and get some nourishment now. We've had a wonderful day today. We thank everyone for joining us that's watching, that will watch, that is here in the room, that couldn't make it in the room, that's there with Jim. We appreciate every single person here. Love you all.
Love you all.
Much
Thank
love.
you. Have a great day.
Namaste, Jim.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
Jim. Thank you. Thank you, Val.
Bye.
Thank you, Dan.
See you, everybody. It's good to see you.
Well, Jim.
Yes.